Welcome, basketball fans, to the Augusta Civic Center. As Muncie Media has your Moose call tonight. It'll be the Unity College Rams. They come in at 0-6 in the YSCC against your University of Maine at Augusta Moose. This is Faculty Appreciation Night. We'll have some festivities along the way that will entail the Rob Munson, Nate Munson, Brittany Bourgeois Munson running our camera. So if you're just joining us, the Moose are in their white, their home uniforms.
Yeah, a different look here, Rob, early on for the UMA Moose, going to a 2-3 zone. We've seen them do a lot of matchup, man-to-man stuff early on in the season, which they run splendidly, and they've really forced a lot of turnovers. They play tenacious defense, so it's a little different than seeing the 2-3, maybe something to work on here.
Yeah, might be a game that they're trying to work some other things out. Pop from the corner, no. Second chance opportunity. Carmen Bragg got it down.
Well, although they don't play it, they're very familiar with it because they see 2-3 almost every single game because they cause mismatch problems with Julie Plummer and Card underneath.
Jamie Plummer.
Yeah, excuse me.
Right family. Wrong female member. At least you didn't say Dale Plummer. That would have been something. LaFont back inside. Good ball movement. Toth 3, and she is a 3. Toth is a bombardier, as we know. She's up among the leaders in the country in scoring and in three-point shooting. In fact, I think we pull out some stats here from the article that I was reading earlier today as far as what Darby's got going here. She's among the leaders in the country in three-point baskets. John McLaughlin's got a call down on the floor. Green basketball. Reynolds with it out front for the Rams. Left side held out there now by Dole. Entry pass got deflected away. Down inside is Dole with it. She got involved in traffic. 3-0. On the baseline, Plummer, nice feed underneath. Went to Bragg back outside. LaFountain's got the pop home for 2. 5-0 early here, Moose.
Yeah, great look there by Plummer underneath the Bragg. Carmen just a little bit too short there. She found herself a little bit too far into the basket to give herself a good angle to be able to get that off the glass and in.
McClellan Hurd got it left side, held out there by Bond. It was stolen away. Head of the pack comes Carmen, left-handed up and home. Fast stop for the Moose.
Yeah, in that 2-3 zone, that's really, I like the change up here by Coach Laney to go to that because UMA does a terrific job in their transitional basketball. If they're able to force a lot of outside shots with rebounds come out, they've got two great, top of the key players to be able to run the court.
Reynolds for 2. Emily Reynolds out of Marathon, New York. The 5'6". Senior guard gets the Rams on the board. The Fountain looks. They're going to spin it around. Comes inside. Over to Plummer, back outside. Bragg's going to launch a 3. She's going to iron it up. This is Reynolds with it here for the Rams. Right side held outside by McClellan Hurd. She tried to force it inside. Another steal. Darby's got it. Carmen Bragg going to dish it inside. Plummer gets doubled, but there's the late cut and a beautiful feed and a nice finish that time for Morgan Card out of Ellsworth, Maine.
Well, you called it right, Rob. The feed there with Carmen Bragg being able to send Plummer down to the baseline. What a fantastic pass that really opened up Card, a lane for her to shoot down and be able to get that pass laid in.
Touch pass. Nice ball movement there. Now the Moose will look to pull it out. Bragg's got it. Caitlin LaFountain goes. She couldn't finish it. And green basketball. Says Mike Paquette, one of the veteran officials. Got to talk to Mike before the game. Mike's close to 40 years of officiating. He's in terrific shape. Had a knee replacement back a few years ago. That laid him out for a bit of time, but he's back at it now. And one of the premier officials here in the state of Maine. Great crew here tonight. And game's in good hands with these guys. Held outside. Doyle's looks. She gets it inside. Plummer with the block. Rebound, steal, and here comes Carmen Bragg. Going to pull it out, go the middle. LaFountain back outside. Darby launches a three in and out.
Halfway down.
Spun her out. Right side held now. Dole got it right side. Gets it back. Looks to go. Does. LaFountain on her as they're matched up. Bond pops. No. LaFountain rebound. Carmen Bragg with it. 9-2. Bragg pulls out. Sets the offense up. Toth's got it. She's looking for help. Gets it right back. Lindsey Clark forward in the game now. Lindsey along the baseline. Spun around to LaFountain. Now down the baseline and nice cut. Well-designed play there as Jamie came right down the seam.
Yeah, and great execution by UMA there as an entire team, being able to move the ball around the perimeter, get it back to Toth down the baseline, and open up. The defender's got to come out and play her because she's such a good shooter. So the defender goes out to play her, and Jamie has an open lane just to be able to face cut right down the seam, get the pass and lay it in.
This is Darby Toth with now right side Bragg. LaFountain's going to spot up. Nice rotation and a beautiful shot. You just saw the way that Caitlin got the ball squared up, had the elbow perfect position, rotation beautiful all net.
Yeah, just smooth execution here so far for UMA on the offensive end.
Clicking on all cylinders. Inside, Plummer's got a piece of it. She knocked it away from Rayanne Bond, the 5'8" junior forward. Bragg will get a quick rest, and Plummer also, as Coach Laney's able to substitute quickly here. As we said, Lindsey Clark was already in the game. Emily Carter also for the Moose. Deflected away. Card got the rebound. Here it comes right side. Comes Emily Carter. Feed inside. Back to Carter. She's baseline and turns it over. 13-2 quick start for the Moose. Number one team in the country. Proud to say that. Munzing Media congratulates UMA. They like to be number one at the end of the season as well.
That's right.
But they'll take this. This is quite an accomplishment here. Great start. And two of the big wins they had in conference, they beat two of the perennial powers in Southern Maine Community College and Central Maine Community College. They beat those teams. And they've also beaten Division III, Alfred State. They'll have another Division III opponent tomorrow night as they'll play Bates. If you want to watch that, Bates webcast their games as well. Go to the Bates College site, and I'm sure they'll have that on. Won't be as classy as Munzing Media, but that's all right. No, they do a great job over there as well. 13-2. Darby got it back outside, and it zigged and zagged away from Emily Carter. I want to make mention this is honorary assistant coach night. I'm going to talk a little bit about how that came to be. Ed Spencer won an auction for it and turned it over to a very special person in Coach Laney's life. When we get time out, we'll talk about that a little bit, the honorary coach for tonight. I thought we were the honorary coaches up here in the press box here. We
do a lot of that.
We do a lot of coaching, don't we? Yeah, coulda, wouldas, and shouldas. And we try not to second-guess the coaches. Nate and I both been coaches. We've got enough of that in our lives. Comes back outside. Caitlin's going to pop. No, won't go. Rebound. Cards banging underneath, and she's got the rebound. Darby for three. Rolls out. And good power rebound that time. Pulled down by Rayanne Bond. Held out high. McClellan Hurd. Now Dole. Katie Dole. McClellan Hurd. She's going to pop a three way outside. Runs it around the iron and out. LaFountain. Toth's got it now. Comes Darby. Lays it over there to Lindsey Clark. inside the Card. Card goes up and floats it home somehow, some way. That ball had to get tipped. It looked like it got a dose of helium as it went in and took off. And not the convention. I don't know. We'll take a look at the replay, see if that thing got tipped up and got tipped. It got tipped in a good direction. That's for sure. Take a look
can't get the ball there. Yeah, and it looked like she just had to avoid the arm of the defender and be able to get that ball to the rim, and she was able to do that at that kind of awkward angle. But hey, it counts.
Good finish. Popped home for Lindsay Clark. 17-2. All Moose here in the first quarter. Remember, 4 quarters, NCAA women's basketball this year. Caitlin looking to dribble out of trouble, and she does. Head of the pack comes Card. Card's going to go glass and get fouled. She'll take it to the free throw line. Foul in underneath on Michelle Lewis, 5'8" junior out of Long Beach, California. We got to see some of these athletes for the Rams as we did several soccer games for Unity and some volleyball, which was really exciting. We really love going over there for volleyball. Probably Jackie Collins was their premier volleyball player. She's on the women's basketball team out of Rifle, Colorado. Called her Killer Collins. Boy, could she play volleyball. 19-2. Loop back outside. Down to a minute. Pop outside and all net.
There's Collins right there.
Jacqueline Collins for 3.
So Jackie Collins came in and fired away and hit the 3. I like it when you talk about something. Next thing you know, they're doing something good.
Yeah, good setup.
Yeah, set it up. Had no idea she was even in the game. They'd have to admit that. Carter's got it now. She's in trouble, but she gets it to Card. Morgan went up top, but got deflected away. Now it's knocked away. Darby being pesty. Chance to talk to Darby during the last game at halftime of the men's game. Really good kid, as all these UMA women are. Great to talk to them and see what they have going on in their lives. And a lot of basketball this time of year, and studies finals coming up. Popped home for Morgan Card.
Yeah, it's amazing the commitment and Darby with the steal there. UMA waiting for the rest of the team to get down.
Darby's going to launch a 3 to end the quarter. No, won't go. So we played 1. You see the score, 21-5. Moose over the Rams. We'll come back. You're watching UMA basketball on MunsonMediaSports.com.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
See the bench between the periods, and the gentleman to the right is the honorary coach tonight. That's Ray Convery. Ray is the longtime high school basketball coach at a variety of places. But he coached Coach Laney when she was an undergrad at Winthrop High School. Ray had a great run as a Winthrop High School teacher coach. One of the great men in the game of basketball and high school basketball. And I'm sure Coach Laney will attribute a lot of her coaching characteristics to Coach Convery. He's one of the classiest guys ever. In the course of a game, he'd do all his coaching at practice, and he was cool, calm, and reserved on the bench. And it was a pleasure to watch Ray's teams play. And I covered Coach Laney when she was a high school player for Coach Convery up here at the tournaments. We used to do them for the local cable TV channel, state cable probably at the time. And I used to work the sidelines and go in behind Ray's bench and listen to him. And he was just a great ambassador of the game of basketball. Ray Convery, one of the great ones in the history of Maine high school coaching. And I believe he had a stint at Monmouth High School after he left Winthrop. So it's starting second quarter action. If you're just joining us, the Rams are in their green uniforms. Pop outside. That was Emily Reynolds. Card's got it into the hands of Bond. Bourne's right in front of the bench. She gets cut off by LaFountain. Now it comes back outside. Drilled inside. And a good step over that time by LaFountain with the steal. On the hustle is Carter. Back outside. Now the setup will come.
I think we'll see this a lot. A little bit more patience on the offensive set for UMA to go ahead and start executing and running some different plays.
And Morgan Codd. Morgan's having a nice game here tonight for Coach Laney. She's been active both ends of the floor. Got to think that possibly Morgan's high scorer. Stay with us at halftime. Keith Chesley will be up, and faculty member from UMA also joining Keith as it's faculty appreciation night here. There's Morgan again. She's got a bushel full of rebounds and doing the job offensively and defensively here so far tonight. The sophomore out of Ellsworth. Clock. Back outside. The pop is good. That was Emily Carter, the senior. 5-10. Emily's got a sweet shot as well. 25-5. 20-point lead here for the Moose. Been all Moose. Runner, no. Rebound again is Codd. She's been a tough board banger tonight. Torthos outside. Wide open. Wouldn't get down. Second chance opportunity. Good put up. No, didn't fall for Emily Carter. So Carter off the clock, rebound, and didn't get it home. Swung back outside to Reynolds and out of bounds off Reynolds. So we're talking about some of the national stats, and UMA also boasts the two top rebounders in the country, and Jamie Plummer. She leads in total rebounds with 150, and freshman Caitlin LaFountain, as we told her, she's got 139 boards for the year, and the Moose are averaging 40.4 rebounds a game. That's one of their strong suits, Nate. They are really tough off the boards and lots of one-and-out opportunities when they're on the defense, and, you know, that really leads to transition points, and it leads to one-and-outs, and one-and-outs will usually help you keep the score down and then travel in there.
Yeah, you're right, Robin. I think one of the things that obviously that's not mentioned there is the amount of rebounding that they get from their point guards, too. Obviously, they're not as high up, but everyone crashes the boards, whether it's offensively or defensively. We've seen Clark come down and be able to make backside rebounds. You'd mentioned LaFountain doing a really good job, and Card not mentioned in those stats either. But you can tell that she's a really good player underneath, and she's got a really good understanding spatially of where the ball is going to end up.
And that's such a big part of rebounding, is that anticipation of where the shot's going to go.
You know, it's funny how sometimes it doesn't relate, but good shooting and good rebounding are really comparable in a sense of knowing, you know, the angle of where the ball is going to be, the flight, how high it is, and, you know, the depth and the height of the rebound, if it's going to be a long one or a short one. You know, it all comes down to being able to make a quick judgment call as to where it's going to be placed on the rim to be able to put your body. You know, you can see there are 3 UMA offensive players there ready to rebound, and again, there's Jamie's always underneath.
Well, this has been about 5 opportunities and make it 6. Back outside to Carmen Bragg. Jamie finally cashes in.
Right, just relentless.
Keep away.
And again, they're taller. They're
right,
much taller here. You know, in that scenario, Unity's just got to kind of make that adjustment and start using their body more and displace UMA's taller players to be able to get those rebounds.
Clock on the fly, didn't get it home. Plum will chase down the rebound. Codd with it, back outside. Clock got it back outside. They're going to reset it with Bragg. Bragg running point. Codd gets an open look, a little high. Good rebound pulled down by Carter. Carter to Codd. No. Loose. and finally corralled here by Emily Reynolds for the Rams. Halfway through this second quarter, 29-5, you see the score, dished underneath and stolen away. Moose have a bucket full of those steals.
Yeah, there's just no penetrating that, that first wave or top line right now for UMA to get underneath to get any layups.
Morgan Clark took it hard. Tried to draw the contact, but he'll let that go. No fouls called here in the second quarter. One of the things we've found with this 4 quarters and the way that they wipe the fouls off each time, these games have been fast. That's going to be tough to handle there, not able to keep it in. Lindsey Clark tried. The back pass, not able to get it. LaFontaine's going to check in. Card comes out. She's been immense here today for the Moose. One of 2 games we'll have here for you tonight. The men's game after this. Remember, if you watch us, it'll come up as its own separate feed. Comes Carmen Bragg. Coming out of Washburn High School. Jamie's got a 3 lined up, going to iron up. Rebound into the hands of Emily Reynolds. And Emily will come up here for the Rams of Union College, left side. Bond got it left side to Reynolds. Reynolds goes baseline, finds herself underneath, tries to dish it back off sides. And it rings up off there, but it wouldn't get down for Copa.
And she did a really nice job going baseline, creating some room. But again, you run into the tree that is Jamie Plummer.
Yeah, and Jamie's got such good control. She's very aware that sometimes the bigs get unfairly called upon with fouls. So Jamie's really, really skillful in her defensive positions and really goes straight up and never leans in.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the bodies that UMA has underneath, they have Jamie, but just as comparable to Jamie's body style being lean and tall and long is Carter, who's just about the same kind of body type there. They're so long in their reach that they really, I mean, in terms of being a defender, they're an elite defender because they can go up and create that separation with their body and get away from it and not get called that way and still go up and block shots, get rebounds.
And, of course, we just told you that Kaylin LaFontaine's among the leaders nationally in rebounds, so she does a fantastic job as well. Left-hand pop is good. Nice shot by Lindsey Clark. Lindsey's a good smooth operator as well. Get that southpaw shot. Good on that mid-range area. Now we're going to get Caitlin LaFountain. Will be the first foul of the second quarter, as the second quarter's really flown by.
Yeah, we talk a little bit about the amount of depth on UMA, the women's team, and their what seems to be lack of, but their quality is so high. when you trade in and out, they do a great job. Coach Lee does a fantastic job of subbing in and out, regardless of the game, whether it's tight or it's a big open lead, what is tonight, to move them in around and get different looks. But it seems as though every time that they get their combinations together, they're creating mismatches for their opponent, which is, obviously a luxury to have.
Well, they got 7 really good basketball players, what they have, that's for sure. That's launched outside by Lindsey Clark. Plummer's got the rebound. Clark again, back to Plummer.
But even if you break down kind of their personnel, they've got 3 guards if you include Clark in that with Bragg and Toth. So those 3 kind of substitute around. And then underneath, the 2 forwards I'd consider to be, Carter and Card. Those 2 are kind of interchangeable.
Katie Dole.
That was Katie Dole with a nice shot. Yeah, so you got a lot of interchangeable parts, and one of the things that we know that all those kids can handle basketball. Yeah. That's a huge luxury for coach to have, and really makes pressing this team difficult, particularly with Darby out there like a motor scooter.
Yeah, she's been a great addition.
6 on the shot clock. There's the popping home for Jamie Plummer.
Unity playing fantastic defense there.
Yeah, they did.
Contesting and getting the ball all the way down behind the basket. But Clark just, having some awareness, and as we talk a lot about how this team has come together, and they really are playing really good basketball as an entire team and knowing where each other are on the court and creating good shots, high percentage shots, which you saw there at the end. Oh, what a move.
That was a pretty move. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, Caitlin LaFount with a pretty move. We'll stay right here. We'll take our break at halftime. Let you know this will do it for us until after the break. We'll be back in February for UMA basketball. UMaine Fort Kent on February 2nd. Then on the 4th, Machias. Then finish up with NHTI. That'll be on February 9th. That'll be senior night. So we'll have 3 doubleheaders. After the vacation break, of course, the teams will be taking some time to do their finals and all. And then they'll have some holiday tournaments that they'll be involved in. That'll be on the road. And we'll be back. Kids will be back in school probably around Martin Luther King weekend, I think, is they come back after that. So we'll be back in February. And you would have to think that both the men and the women's are looking at postseason play. Stolen away, 25 seconds left. So the shot clock's off. Moose will be able to milk this. There's no strategic need to do that. Clock, right side. LaFount went hard. It came over to Jamie Plummer, and she finished it off, and that will do it for the first half of play. So a 30-point lead for the Moose. They lead this one 37-7. We'll come back. We'll have halftime activities when we come back to the Augusta Civic Center. We'll remind you that you are watching Moose Basketball on MunseyMediaSports.com.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
We welcome you here to the Augusta Civic Center. We're here at halftime. It's Faculty Appreciation Night. I have Mr. Butler here in the house tonight, but you're here all the time.
All the time.
Well, we thank you for your support of us. You always compliment us on our job here. And, of course, you're here watching the games. So do you go back and watch any of these when they're on replay?
Every one. And, by the way, they're a lot better when you do the play-by-play.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that, yeah. Well, sometimes I have to send the old guy home, and I get some nights off here. So we're having fun with it, and we appreciate it. Faculty in here tonight, What's it like to be a faculty member here at the University of Maine Augusta?
Well, it's marvelous. We have just about every kind of student you could conceive of having. The good ones are so good, it's extraordinary. And a lot of these athletes, especially Keith and Brandon, guys like that, set an extraordinary example. And we're just delighted to have them.
Unless you've had a student athlete for a son or daughter, you don't appreciate the amount of time that they have to put into both their studies and their practices and their games and their travel and to make it all work out here. And the faculty here is very supportive of the student athletes.
Absolutely, and especially the travel. I'm impressed with the degree to which they can stay up, given the amount of time they spend on the road.
So we're going to talk here to Keith a little bit. Keith, I think it's a really smart thing that what you folks have done. See if Mr. Baker agrees with this. You've got faculty appreciation night just before finals. That's a good time to have. That's a good time to have that set up, Keith.
Yeah, it's always a good time to get a few extra brownie points in there before the finals. But no, tonight's it's a really great night. We appreciate all the faculty here at UMA, and they do such a good job supporting us. Not even just throughout basketball season, but throughout the school year, and really helping us with whatever we need. So this is a great night for UMA.
Well, one of my longtime co-teachers at Gardner Area High School was Larry LaPointe in the English department, and Larry did a whole career there, and then he came up here. I think Larry's retired now, but I saw him out here on Faculty Appreciation Night several times.
Right, and don't forget, Larry was a basketball player at Colby, I think, in 1951, and he's still cooking.
And he was also one of the premier track coaches in Maine high school sports as a longtime coach at Gardner High School. Yeah. So Keith, we're into the stretch run before finals. Some games here. Big one here tonight against Uni. You know these guys pretty well.
Yeah, we know them really well. This is a huge game. Go 3-3 in conference. They always seem to shoot well when they play us. I don't know if our defense or what, or they just like it here. They always play well, and this will be a really big win if we can make it happen. Go into Christmas break, 500, and clean slate to start the next semester. So
I watched a little bit of the game from Norwich the other night online. They were streaming the game there, and it was back and forth. You guys had an early lead. They came back on you, and then you had a little home cooking go against you. You had back-to-back off-the-ball fouls. That was really tough. So, that was a tough one there. It looked like you're going to have that game well in hand. So, looking to get 3-3 in the conference against Unity College. Faculty Appreciation Night. I'm sure the kids and all of us appreciate the support the faculty here at UMA gives everybody. So, that's it here for halftime. We'll come back. We'll have the second half of the women's game, and then we'll be here for the men's game as well.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
We welcome you back here, getting set for second half action. 37-7, 30-point lead here from the Moose. Been all Moose in this one. The number one team in the country. Nice to be able to say that. Congratulations to Coach Laney.
Is the boys one still open? I get it. You're not playing.
Assistant coach Laurie Ficker. Honorary assistant coach tonight, Ray Convery. So it'll be Moose basketball. Start the second half. They're in their white if you're just joining us. Unity College in their earth green. Wonderful school for environmental and really one of the leading schools in the country in their major fields. Second opportunity for Jamie Plummer doing what she does best and what she leads the nation in, which is rebounding. Second chance opportunity up and in. 39-37. Little give and go, dished inside, but tipped away, and Todd kept it loose. But it came right to Emily Reynolds. It's going to be white basketball here. Rob Munzing, Nate Munzing, Brittany Bourgeois Munzing running our camera here for the first game. Andy Munzing will join you for the men's game as they send the old guy home to bed. We'll have more basketball for you here this week in our high school schedule as we'll have a Mount Blue Gardner boys game tomorrow night as Carmen Bragg hits from downtown. Then on Friday we'll have a girls basketball game from Gardner. It'll be the Coney Gardner game. They're back playing for real. That should be a good one. So join us on Munzing Media. Right on the website, MunzingMediaSports.com. You're home for Moose basketball. I want to thank Renee Grant, who was a huge help to us. Sets up all the halftime stuff. It was wonderful to have one of the faculty, Mr. Baker, come up and get recognized for all the fine work that he did. Dalen. I think I call him Baker. I think it's Butler. First thing to go was the hearing. 42-7. But he says he loves watching all our games, and we thank him for that. Morgan Card again. Morgan doing a terrific job here underneath for the Moose tonight. Stolen, almost, but into the hands of Copa. And she glasses it home. Gina Copa. She's out of Millstone Township, New Jersey. Hello to all the families of both teams that are watching us on the internet. We know we get a lot of viewers of families of kids that are from away, and certainly when you take a look at where some of the kids are from, you know, Darby's from Northport, Florida, down in Port Charlotte. And Port Charlotte's a high school. Jamie gets held. Ball is going to go over to the Rams. On the held ball. Heard from Keith Chesley at halftime. Keith decided to try to get the Moosemen back to 500 here. They can. Comes Darby. Takes it to the middle. Floor spread. Nice pass inside the Card. She's going to glass it home. Very nice feed. Quickly done. From Jamie Plummer. Jamie being very unselfish as she normally is. Heather Packer goes to Carmen. Carmen's going to pull it back out. Wait for the troops. Darby on the penetration. The nice pass underneath to LaFountain. And Caitlin was able to get control over of a tough pass in her body so she didn't travel with it and get it home. Caitlin's got a strong overall game. Boy, she's good inside. She's good outside. She's a good defender. Terrific addition here to the Moose lineup. She's going to sit along with Jamie. Jamie's playing a very different style game tonight, understanding where they are with this, and Jamie's doing a lot of passing and setting up teammates tonight. Little give and go goes in underneath here to Reynolds. Reynolds got it stripped away. This quarter moving right along. No fouls called. There's been a handful of fouls called in the game. There goes Morgan again. Morgan's a high scorer for the Moose here tonight. Having a terrific game right from the get-go. She's been the go-to woman for the Moose. Reynolds pops outside. Darby's going to slow it down here. Toth's got it outside. Say hi to her parents. Talked to Darby last game, said her parents watch all the games. Nice pass underneath. Todd couldn't finish that one. Pulled off here. Rams will look to set it up.
Well, non-call there, not really necessary.
And we'll get timeout on the floor. So we'll get time on the floor. We'll take timeout. We'll come back. You're watching Moose Basketball on MunzerMediaSports.com.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
Knocked out of bounds. Going to go off the hands of Lindsay Clark. You know, so if you coach Laney, I mean, what do you do? It's not like you can run 15 deep in there. I mean, she's had Jamie sitting on the bench probably more so tonight than she normally does.
Yeah, and the other thing, like you said, Rob, you don't really have somebody in there that maybe you want to get more work because there's only 7. You know, they're always all playing no matter what. And we talked a little bit earlier in the first half about their quality over quantity big time. I mean, they're very good, strong 7 in terms of basketball, how they play together.
Yeah, a good example of right there is Clark came streaking down the seam, as Nate likes to call it. We sometimes mix in our football terminology when it fits, because that's really what we know.
Well, you know, I think that correlates over to basketball, because you do end up having a natural seam down through the paint like that on the outside. I mean, that in any 2-3 zone, you're going to have a seam that runs from the elbow all the way down to the baseline.
Popped outside. Rebound comes into the hands of Katie Doyle. For the Rams. Kick back around. LaFountain the rebound. Toth with it now. Darby looks to create inside. She does, and a nice strong finish for Emily Carter.
Number 22, Emily Carter.
57-9. Tipped away. Moose in the half court. Common's got a 3 lined up. Irons, no. And there's your foul on LaFountain. First foul of the second half in the third quarter. Don't think you'll see too many fouls called unless there's something approaching an interstate traffic accident out there.
Yeah. Well, I think that was one of those situations.
Yeah, you had
pretty obvious
yeah.
there.
Yeah, Caitlin came crashing down. The Fountain's got the rebound into the hands now. It goes of Carter, and Toth with it now. Deliberate offense here by the Moose. A little give and go, and getting banged underneath. Foul's going to be going against. Let's see who it is. I have a 44 for Unity, so see who they give the foul to. So Carter will get another one. End of the game is Jackie Collins, the sophomore. Said we saw Jackie, an extraordinary volleyball player for the Rams when we had the games that we did out there.
I think she was like third in the nation in jump percentage
Yeah, she was
when
something.
we were calling the games.
Killer Collins. Knocked away. She's got a 3 in this game. Head of the pack. Darby's guy's going to bring it back outside, very unselfish.
Injury timeout here.
Okay, somebody get hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Reynolds. The bloody nose, potentially.
Okay, so they'll... I don't think we'll take the break here. They'll get a sub in, it looks like. We'll stay right here with it and remind you that we congratulate Caitlin LaFountain, the YSCC Player of the Week for the women. And Mr. Brandon Rogers. He was the USCAA Player of the Week. So congratulations to Brandon. He's National Player of the Week. He had a fantastic week. Some exciting games the Moosemen have had. A 1-point win that we did here last time. Then they followed up with a game one right down to the wire. They lost by 1. And then they had a good weekend over in Norwich, Vermont. I watched a little bit of that game, Nate, as I had mentioned to Keith on Saturday night out of Norwich. They did a nice job with the game. And Moose are up early and then back and forth and won, and then they had a couple of tough calls there on a couple of off-the-ball calls on their offensive possessions, the last 2 possessions. Kind of thing that sometimes happens to you on the road. Makes it hard to digest your post-game meal sometimes when you're coaching in that situation. Right, Coach Ford? 59-9. Pop outside, no. Ooh, some banging going on under there. Incidental contact. Card's got it. Dishes. LaFountain back outside it goes. Comes back inside the Card. She's going to go up. Tried to baby it up there. Didn't go. They'll fight for possession. It'll come off to the Rams. Collins with it. Collins back outside. McClellan Hurd. Collins going to try a 3. Rings it in. Came back out. LaFountain got the rebound. And at the end of the third quarter, you see the score. 50-point lead here for the Moose. Welcome back. You're watching Moose Basketball. This Moose Call on MunseyMediaSports.com.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
I want to thank Dalen Butler for coming on with us here at halftime, talking about the student athletes here at the University of Maine. Student appreciation night. It's always student appreciation night. This faculty appreciation night tonight. So we thank all the wonderful faculty members. Rita Prey Peters, Roland Roy, Susan Baker, Christopher Lage, Ken Elliott, Henry Felch, Beth Vigu, Donna Gonros, Ronald Norton, we mentioned Dalen, Lester French, Lauren Lake Corral, John O'Brien, Deborah Edwards, Kerry Pierce, and Rocky Elias. So we thank the administration here. Renee Grant, the administrative assistant, makes our job a lot easier. Coach Laney, Coach Ford, athletic director Laney. She's wearing multiple hats this year, doing a great job. Sure she'll attribute this 59-9 lead to special coach tonight, Ray Convery. See Ray cool, calm, and collected over there. If this was a one-point game, Ray would be the same way. Cool, calm, and collected. Always was, and his teams usually played that way. Jamie downtown knew. Knocked out by LaFountain. Ran basketball. We'll get through that quarter with just a foul, so-called. They clear them, as they want to do here, and get the 5 fouls in a quarter. You start to shoot, no longer 1-and-1. It's all 2-point shots. We really haven't seen that come into effect much, Nate.
Yeah,
I think there was one game maybe.
Yep.
One game maybe where a team didn't have the fouls and really couldn't get anybody at the line. Boy, it really takes the pressure off those foul shooters at the end of the game. And
it really changes
situation.
the dynamic within that 2 minutes. You know, if it's a tight game, you know, with a 3 or 4, you know, even sometimes a 5-point lead, and you've got to start fouling to try and get back in. You know, the 1-and-1 was a big advantage
Yes.
on the defensive side. And now that they've done away with that, it's going to be a lot harder for some of those games to get closer, and it's going to be much easier for the offense to pull away in scenarios like that. So you're either going to have to wait to foul even longer now.
right.
Is probably going to be the case. You know, working to 5 fouls is not a big deal as in comparison to working to 7 to get to that 1-and-1 bonus. So,
Well, that won't come into play in this game.
no.
Baseline pop was Carter, and no, LaFountain contested for the rebound, but the Rams have it. Katie Doyle. Dole's going to come. Back outside it goes. McClellan Hurd. Now stolen away. Emily Carter. Emily on the layup and home.
Number 22, Emily Carter.
Knocked away. Carter on some good defense. And the pop outside is Copa's got a 2-point basket. Plummer dishes inside. Card goes left-handed. She's got a second chance opportunity. Cashes it in. Card adds to her point total, which has been impressive here tonight for Morgan. She's likely high score, tipped away. Some good defense by Emily Carter. Comes back outside. No backcourt violation. So it was tipped by the Moose. 5 on the shot clock, out of bounds and knocked away. Off green, so it'll be white basketball. Bragg inside to the post. Now it comes back out. Little inside outside for Bragg, and she's got it. Common's a good shooter, boy. Good basketball plays Common. She does a little of everything, and everything she does, I shouldn't say a little of everything. She does a lot of everything. Good basketball play from that powerhouse Class D basketball, Washburn High School. Won about 16 state championships in a row or something like that. Maybe not that many, but boy, they have been a perennial power coming from down east. Covered them here at the Augusta Civic Center. Nice inbounds pass. Oh, it didn't get down. A good opportunity that time for Bond, but she couldn't get it there. She's leading the stats for the Unity College Rams women, as she's the leading point scorer for them per game. Comes back over to Carmen. Comes to Carter. Carter back outside for the flop for Carmen. And Carmen will put it home. Carmen's got that nice rotation on the ball that the really good shooters with the rotation that they get like that, as the ball goes through the net, it almost makes the net come back up. It's just such a nice rotation they have on the ball. That one's rolling out. Good opportunity for the Rams, but they can't get it. Let's see, the ball's loose. Darby will come up with it behind her back just to practice that a little bit. Shot down in the corner. Clark back ironed it. Lewis with it now. Lewis inside she goes, back out. Good quick shot that time for Katie Dole. Carter got in the post, got cut off, got it back outside to Clark, and now it swings around. Good ball movement. And Darby for two. So Toth found herself one of her few shots that she's taken tonight, as she's been an assist wizard so far tonight, and she's been that way. She's amongst the leaders in the country in assists. Off the iron and out. Darby's got it. It's going to slow it down. Pull it out. Let the troops show up, and now they'll run the half-court offense. Clark, no. Knocked around out of bounds. A terrific hustle play there by Darby as she was on the fly, out of bounds, knocked it off Green. Good hustle play, instinctive play. More than halfway through this one here in the fourth quarter of play. Still no fouls called. Rolled out by Clark. Green ball.
Card and Carter fighting each other for that rebound right there. Both of them go down the court laughing.
Competitive out there. You know, one of the things that the Coach Laney's got to work out is, you know, being able to practice, Nate, with seven. You know, that's a challenge in itself. So, sometimes we've seen, and I didn't think maybe if we get a chance to talk to Coach if there's any incoming. Sometimes you have somebody come in maybe second semester, you pick up a player or two. We've seen that in the men's program the last couple of years, whether that there will be any.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Any
Rob.
incoming, so we'll check with Coach Laney if we get a chance to talk to her. Certainly hope they don't lose anybody. Have to send Brittany down to suit up for him. Brittany Beamons, is a college.
I think
phenom.
She must have a year of
she must have a year of eligibility left. Right?
Yeah. You give a semester, Britt, right? Man, you'd be a great addition to that team.
Oh, yeah. Wow. For sure. But we can't give her up. Coach Laney's watching this now.
We'd be kind of busy.
We'd have to have a good trade.
Yeah.
We've got to have somebody come on production for us. 71-13. And good.
21, Peyton LaFontaine.
I'm not sure who keeps yelling shot down there. I don't know if it's one of the Rams or not. Yes.
Number 34, Ian Bond.
Rayanne Bond gets it to roll in. Morgan card again. Morgan probably having the game of her season right here. She's been a force from the very get-go, as we said, and continues to be right to the very end. Rams continue to work hard. Collins outside. No. Bragg skips it. Now it comes back inside. This is Carter. No. Rolls out. Rebound.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Clark couldn't get the putback. Collins with it here. The Fountain's got it. And now Bragg. So the Moose are going to stay undefeated in the conference. They'll move to 11-4 overall and 6-0 in the YSCC.
Number 12, Hyman Bragg.
So Bragg hits that shot. Collins looks for help, gets it. Bond. And Lindsey Clark with the left pad save. Referee Mr. John McGlaulin's got the ball and wants to put it in bounds, and they will. Bond gets it in. Dole's got it. She holds. Cutter comes up. Copo, no. Bragg's got it. Under a minute. Tipped around, rebound pulled down here by the Rams. Fight for control, held ball, it'll go to the Rams. Katie Dole with it. Baseline pop. Wouldn't get down. Codd with the rebound. Carmen Bragg now. Shot clock is off, and this can be the final possession of the game, and doubtful that the Moose will even look to penetrate, hold it outside, and that will probably do it here for the game. So the final, 77-15. The Moose win this one going away against a team from Unity College. So as we said, the Moose moved to 11-4 on the season, 6-0 in the YSCC Unity College. Will fall to 0-7, and they are 0-7 in the league. So that's going to do it here for our first game of the night. Congratulations to Coach Laney and Coach Convery as the special assistant coach tonight, as he was the honorary assistant coach here on this one from the Augusta Civic Center. Well, for Nate and Brittany, I'm Rob Munzing. Stay with us. We'll take this one down. We'll come back up for the men's game. Andy Munzing will be along for the call of that one here from the Augusta Civic Center. So long, everybody.